Right, so Volkswagen has a plan. They want, in the coming years, to launch as much as 19 crossovers, and this is one of them. I'm Tudor from Drive Mag, and today I will be driving the new T Roc. Before we get to the gist of it, let's do a little name crunching. The T in T Roc is meant to take the T Roc closer to the Tiguan and Touareg, although it is smaller than both of them. And the Roc, well, it comes from rock music. So why bother with the funky name? Although they're not explicitly saying this, Volkswagen is looking to aim the T Roc at a younger clientele. And the car has a few clues in this regard. Name aside, I'm more interested to see how this car behaves on the road and what's it like to sit behind the wheel. Number 1, platform. Yes, you guessed it, this is the all-versatile, extremely used inside the Volkswagen brand MQB architecture. And yes, in this regard, the new T Roc handles pretty much like a Polo, like a Golf. The only difference is that its higher center of gravity translates into quite more body roll in turns. It's pretty much a Golf that sits higher up the ground. Number 2, the engine. This car has the 1.5 liter TSI Evo engine under the hood, and you can think of it as Volkswagen's attempt to get away from the downsizing trend. It still has a turbocharger and it makes 148 horsepower, but I think it's pretty decent and quite makes sense on the T Roc. The other two petrol options are a 1 liter 114 horsepower, which is also on the Polo and the Golf, and the range topper is a 2 liter TSI unit with 188 horsepower on tap. So number 3, the steering. I would have liked a little more feedback and probably a stiffer setup, because the steering remains quite soft even at higher speeds. It's nice to have it when you're trying to navigate your way around a choked city. But otherwise, I would have liked more liveliness from the steering, but it's not that annoying, considering its rivals are no better at this. Number 4, suspension. This is a tricky one. I mean, like most Volkswagens, they found the right balance between comfort and road composure. Don't expect fireworks. This is not a driver's car. However, it doesn't handle half bad, and except for the body roll, you get quite a composed ride. The suspension does tend to become noisier on rough asphalt, but otherwise, I don't have any complaints against it. Number 5, cabin. Soundproofing is more than decent. It's quite among the best in class. Visibility is as well quite alright, except for the rear windshield, which, due to the car's coupe-like shape in the back, is quite inclined. So the visibility in the back is Welcome inside the new Volkswagen T Roc. Or not really, because the plastics are surprisingly a lot harsher than what I expected. With this being a Volkswagen, I expected nicer materials inside the cabin, but sadly this wasn't the case. All plastics are harsh, even the ones covering the dashboard. Choose to sit in the back and you will be treated a lot better than up front. I have enough room for my knees. I can easily slide my feet underneath the front seat, and headroom is not bad at all. You'll want to go for a T Roc instead of a Golf for the extra space inside. The front door pockets are large enough, while the rear ones only decent. Even so, the available cubby holes offer sufficient room for personal belongings. The boot is square-shaped and the loading lip sits rather low, which makes loading or unloading an easy task. As for the infotainment system, it's exactly what Polo and Golf owners get, so you're in for a glitch-free experience and easy browsing through the logical menus. So here's the thing. If you want a funky looking car with a funky name and a lot of tech, but mind you, the good stuff comes from the optional features list and those tend to become a bit pricey, then maybe the T Roc is worth having a look at. However, if you're set on practicality and more space for the family, but don't want to leave Volkswagen's backyard just yet, maybe you do better with the Volkswagen Golf variant estate. And it's not a lot more expensive than the T Roc because the difference between their base prices is just 1,500 euro. So maybe that is worth the investment if you're the practical type and not necessarily the flashy, look at me, look at all the gadgets, look at what my car can do, although you do get kind of the same infotainment system and features on the Golf as well, implicitly on the Golf variant estate. So it's good to have this in mind and balance out your options depending on your needs after all.